Greetings and welcome to Ty's Chakra Column. I'm your host, Ty, and for today's episode, we are going to be focused on the Earth Star Chakra. Now, the Earth Star Chakra is located a few feet below our actual feet of our body. You can think of it as the energetic pull, the magnetism to planet Earth under our feet, to anchor us and ground us in this life into this body. Now, the Earth Star Chakra is your personal story, your personal soul purpose, your personal soul mission here on planet Earth as you answered the call of Mother Gaia to incarnate in this life. Now, what does incarnate mean? Incarnate means to have your soul in your body. Now, we're not going to focus fully on how that works or all of the essences of that in this video. However, we will in future videos. So for today's focus on the Earth Star Chakra for myself, my call to Mother Gaia is to find my voice and to speak it. Now, along my journey, this is very personal to me, yet what I found in the best way to heal is to speak your truth, to live your truth. That's right, live your truth as Ty. That's me. Where you might see Tyler, that is what I consider to be my youth, my former self, my journey of karmic healing in this life. Now, what I want to focus today fully is on what comes up for me, that about 5 years ago, I became aware of the fact that I was being discriminated against, sexually harassed, and experiencing hostile work behaviors in the workplace. Now, that might be triggering for some. It might bring up a lot of trauma or wounding. However, for today's video, we are focused on finding our voice and healing, to embody our personal power, and to speak our truth on any matter associated with this. And so what I learned 5 years ago, almost to the day, right? So 5 years ago, today is May 26, 2026. And on May 25th, 2021, I was on the path of working in corporate. I was a star engineer, a star employee, a wonderful producer of beautiful work, and working for the community, working with the organization, and I was on the path for management training. In fact, I was trained on all of the legal matters associated with an employee experiencing sexual harassment, discrimination, or hostile work behaviors. And I was taught that by the wonderful EEO officer, that's Equal Employment Office. And from there, I had an awakening to what I had just experienced. And that was that I was catcalled by a coworker of a third-party contractor. They saw me in this outfit while going to discuss something of the project that I was working on. That was the Sound Transit Hilltop Tacoma Link Extension project, what they now call the T-Line. And while I was there, I noticed another contract employee across the street pointing their phone directed in my location, which seemed like they were taking pictures of me. After reflection, this engineer and ability to create a timeline acknowledged that the person who drove by with their window down, knowing that I was there and having something to say, had enough time to be told that I was there and triangulate the conversation that I was in the field and able to be catcalled. I hadn't seen these contractors in a bit of time. It was COVID. And what I can communicate is that I was super uncomfortable. I was anxious, I was nervous, and I had no idea what had just happened. The individual driving by commented on my attire and then said they were just joking. Now, it was April Fool's 2021. However, I don't find commenting on someone's body or attire to be a joke. And now that I've taken the training and had an awakening, I had a choice to make. A choice to remain in silence or to speak my truth and acknowledge what it was that had happened. Now, after being trained on this, I have gone through a significant journey in my time to heal. And when I reflect back on my Earth Star Chakra and the call to Mother Gaia, it is the call to educate the human, to bring new educational opportunities to Earth School, which we are in. Now, what I learned in that training about our rights under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is that when something arises, you have rights. You have legal rights and legal protections against any form of discrimination, sexual harassment, or hostile work behaviors in the workplace. And as I spoke my truth and illuminated my employer of my experience, I went through a journey of significant mental manipulation in an attempt to keep my truth at a verbal complaint only, so that it wasn't written in document form, so that they could sweep it under the rugs and silence me to suppress the experience and the gravity of the reality that I was experiencing as Tyler. And as I went through that journey, the EEO officer, we'll call her OP, informed me that in order to move forward, she needed to know evidence. She needed to know the who, what, where, when, and how it made me feel. So this is my gift to you. If you are on a journey on planet Earth and you are experiencing discrimination, hostile work behaviors, or retaliation for speaking your truth, my encouragement is to document it. Document who. Who were you? Who are you? What is your legal name, your date of birth, and your job position? Next, what? What was said, what was done, what was experienced. Put it in writing, because no matter what, even the small things that add up over time can be compiled to create your right to legal action against the individual or your employer for suppressing or not protecting you in these situations. Then there's the where. Where did it happen? Did it happen at work? Did it happen after hours? Did it happen via a phone call, a text message, any form of social media? When? Date, time. When did it take place? So that you do not have to mentally remember all of the things that happened over time. And at the point that you have anything that feels big enough, that wants you to speak your truth, write it down and go back in time and put the general times and dates of when it happened, so that you have a documented form of what took place. Then the how it made you feel. Did it make you feel nervous? Did it make you feel anxious? Did it make you feel afraid? Did it make you feel angry? Did it make you feel sad? What was the emotion that you felt? And whatever it is, put it down, because it isn't about how bad it made you feel. It's about the fact that it happened. That is what I have learned on this process. And this is not intended to serve as legal advice or guidance. However, it is intended to provide you the educational opportunities that I know I didn't have until I got to a place of putting in the work to be on a management track. And what happened when I became educated enough to know the system and to speak my truth, my former employer began to systematically put into their practices to silence and suppress my concerns and to terminate me wrongfully in retaliation for speaking my truth. So in an effort to provide you as much grounded knowledge and advice from a personal lived experience is to make sure that you have the strength and guidance going forward so that you can weather any storm and get yourself a lawyer as soon as possible. Because if you know me and know where I worked, they have a laundry list of these instances. They keep them silenced and suppressed and attempt to settle them outside of court at the minimum amount possible so that their insurance pays for it. Well, I will tell you that my journey of years of mental manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional turmoil of losing my connections with my employers, my coworkers, my community, losing my career, and having my character tarnished at their hands has led me to know that I am here to speak my truth and to ensure that legal action is taken so that this is brought to light and is no longer able to be suppressed and swept under the rug, because our community is hurting. I continue to experience emotional strain. And what I have found is that in my healing, crystal energy of the earth is extremely powerful. As you can see here, for each chakra, I integrate a specific crystal energy frequency. Now, I am what I would classify as a crystal expert. I know a lot about crystals. I don't know everything. I will be honest with you. However, what I have found is that if you are accessing crystals for the first time, you're going on a journey, one of your best opportunities is to engage with clear quartz. Clear quartz is a universal healer. This is a stone that can resonate at a frequency that you need. So if you're on a budget, if you want to pack light, if you want to start somewhere, clear quartz is the way to go. This will be everything and anything you need at any given time. It can go in the water, it can be cleansed with salt, it can be buried in the earth, it can be kept in the sun for small amounts of time because you don't want it to burn anything. And it sends you unconditional love to put in any emotional turmoil that you have, to transmute it and let it go into the healing of Mother Gaia. And so in summary, for Ty's chakra column, we begin at the Earth Star. we begin with the call of Mother Gaia, the planetary consciousness of why you came to planet Earth. This is my pain body of the former self. And as I work to speak my truth, I began to heal this. No longer are overlapping traumas and suppression and constriction of my truth going to be manifesting in my body as physical pain, because I'm purging it. As I speak my truth into these videos, as I cast out healing energy for myself and for anyone who is going through this, I send you my love, light, and blessings on your journey to heal, as you awaken to your truth as a divine human being, God eternal within your body. Thank you. Bye-bye for now. And as I go into the evidence of my truth, we see here that, well, I still have a right to legal action to recover from the impacts. And during SMF 100, taught by the EEO officer, we'll call her OP, on May 25th, 2021, my employer had Personnel Management Policy 130 in place, which was a zero tolerance policy against anti-harassment and anti-discrimination. No retaliation was allowed if they didn't go to you as a supervisor, as this is their right. And as I read that right now, I acknowledge that I was retaliated against at times for not going directly to my supervisor to report this. And I did everything I could. I did everything I could to acknowledge that microaggressions were happening. I don't like this take.